Yo, what's going on everyone? Miles Midoriya here with a review and recap of All-American Homecoming Season 2, Episode 10. This episode, I gotta say, it was an interesting one. First up, we're gonna be talking about Damon and JR with the family drama and all the things that they had going on. Damon got back in town from visiting his family and everyone was there for him. Of course, he wasn't trying to talk about it. He was focused on JR celebrating him being healthy. Simone went to go check in on Damon, which he already knew it was her at the door. She said, how did he know? He said he knows her, and she said the same thing to him, which these two always seem to come together whenever they are down or when they have problems. Damon's mom had called Simone to let him know that she put a letter in his bag that his father wrote before his Alzheimer's. It's early on, so you already know he's not going to read it yet. It's the next day, they're at the fraternity house to surprise JR. Damon ran into Jesse and he told him he's sorry he hasn't been to the diner, and Jesse told him that he'll be there until he's ready, so at least we know Jesse's been showing up. Jesse wasn't the only person that showed up to surprise JR. Jesse's father was there too. This man is a character. I thought he was going to be a cool character, but nope. This dude even tried to change Damon's name, talking about Damon Raymond. While they was playing pool, Jesse's dad in a way was talking down to his son, criticizing him a lot. JR mentioned that he was in engineering and someone else as well. At first he thought it was Damon, but it was Gabby. When he heard it was Gabby, he just left it at good for you little lady. When it was Damon, he was all excited, but when he heard her, it was just like, like you think you would be excited that your grandson found somebody that has a similar interest as him. Plus, their family business has to deal with engineering. Jesse was talking about how good Damon is at baseball to his dad and that he should check out some of his games. Gabby chimed in and said that JR has something going on as well. He got invited to play at a summer league. Jesse was asking him, is he ready for that, because there's been other players playing in that position for years. Damon was like, you seen him play, he can do it. JR interrupted and said his dad is just being on brand, and the grandpa said he would support him. Jesse said he's only agreeing just to stick it to him. His father mentioned how his other son won't meet him at the diner. Damon wasn't having that and he left while they was talking. That was a low blow. He's going there to make things right with his son. He's not criticizing him for not going there. He'll meet him there when he's ready. Damon came back and overheard Jesse and his dad talking. Jesse asked why did he undermine him in front of his son. His dad told him that his relationship with JR was already broken. That's why it always falls to him to do what has to be done. Basically, he wants JR to break up with his girlfriend. Jesse told him to stay out of his business and the grandpa said no, he always protected him and he's not going to stop. Jesse asked him why'd he support JR going to the summer league. If he would have did that, he would have forbade it. Jesse's dad said if he showed hustle about anything in his life, he would have been there for him, but that's not him. He lets everyone walk over him, even his wife. That includes him too. Jesse's dad is walking all over him. He's doing to him what he tells him not to let others do. Upstairs, Gabby was talking with JR about what happened downstairs. Damon walked in and said he needed to talk to him. Gabby excused herself, but you could tell she was still by the door listening. He told him his grandpa isn't feeling Gabby and that he wants him to break up with her. JR couldn't believe it, and Gabby walked in and said she was going to let them talk, but that doesn't mean she wasn't going to listen. JR told him that they'll go downstairs and clear everything up. The grandpa told him he wants him to break up with her. He brought up how Jesse got serious with Celine. She cheated on him, and at that time they thought Damon was another man's baby. He added in how she convinced Jesse to raise another man's child for a year. Damon said stop referring to him as that child because he's standing right there. That's right, Damon, let him know. The grandpa gonna say he don't know who raised him, but in their family they don't talk back to their elders. Jesse walked in and said you do when they deserve it. He said he let his dad bully him his whole life. He won't let him do the same thing to his boys. Jesse's dad said your boys. It would have never been a question if Damon was his if Celine was faithful. JR asked his grandpa was he the reason why his dad broke it off with his mom, and he told him he was protecting his son. Then JR asked him was he the one that told his dad to give Damon away. The grandpa said he didn't have to tell him anything. Jesse knew he didn't raise him to be a weak man. That's when Damon and all of them left and Jesse just looked irritated. That grandpa's wild and he didn't have to say all of that, just let them be. JR picked a good girlfriend. If it is a mistake, he'll just have to learn from it, and Damon is his grandson. He doesn't have to talk like he isn't there or a part of his family. Jesse found JR and Damon and he told JR that he realized he's been treating him the same way his father treated him for years, trying to control his life, not supporting his dreams, and he said he was sorry. So moving forward, not only does he want to support him for trying out for that summer league, but he also wants to help get both of them ready, and they both agreed. Then when Damon seen JR and Jesse talking and laughing, I think it got to him. He told him that he'll catch up later with them. I think Jesse knew something was wrong and he told JR to let him go. Damon went to his room to read the letter that his father left him. Then he went to Simone's room so that she could read the rest. It said he found out he wasn't his birth father. He knows the right thing to do would be to tell everyone, but he doesn't have the courage to do what's right. So instead of being the man that he's raising him to be, he's become someone who lies to him. He's sorry for that, but he just can't lose him. His fears robbing him of years with Jesse. One day he knows he's going to meet him. He's going to want a relationship with him, but he won't let him in because it'll feel like betrayal to him, but he tells him that it's not. Damon was crying and he was upset. Simone was holding him and they ended up kissing. Glad in a way Damon got closure and he wanted him to get to know Jesse and build their relationship. He really cared about Damon. Simone and Thea had a funny and helpful in a way episode. Simone's suspension was up, Thea was cleared to play again. Both of them were in front of the coach's office trying to get their spot back in the top 6. It's funny because the other coach, I think they said her name was Coach Hines, is talking to Coach Lonnie. Coach Hines had came out and said she lost rock, paper, scissors, so she had to go out there and deal with them. You mean to tell me they out here playing games on who got to deal with their drama? I couldn't help but laugh. They not getting their spots back yet. They trying to ease them back into competitive play, so they'll be having a doubles match later that day. They're at the doubles game and it is not going good. They're arguing. Coach Hines had to go over there and tell them that's the problem that they've been having all year, lack of communication. They got a match in the afternoon and they had to do something together that shows that they can work together as a team. That's when Tootie came over there and told them that she has an idea. They'll go somewhere later that day. She took them to a pirate escape room. Before Tootie left, she said the team is tired of their drama, and Simone said she's been the center of the mess all season. She's speaking facts on that. Tootie told her it's true, but she's willing to put that aside if it means they all win, but those two aren't, at least yet. They're in there talking about the things that's been on their mind while looking for the keys to get out of there. Damon was brought up because Simone's phone kept ringing and Thea thought it was Damon's mom, and Simone said if it is her, she's just checking up to see how Damon is doing. Thea said why didn't she call her? She used to date Damon. Simone told her that she broke her son's heart and probably didn't want to make things awkward. That's true, he really cares about her, and when he was around his mom, she probably could tell. Simone asked Thea had she checked in on Damon yet, and she said no. She was just learning how to be the girlfriend. She doesn't know how to be the ex. Simone said you start by being friends. His father passed away, put her feelings away, and show up. Just then, they figured out the clue, got the last key, and got out of the escape room. Simone and Thea are playing their game and they're having a rough first start. Even the other team's players started talking crap, but they're not letting it get to them. I said, wait until they get their teamwork right. They're going to be going off. Simone suggested to Thea that they play into their strengths as single players. They played doubles as single players and they completely turned the game around and won it. The coach was impressed. She recognized their teamwork and brought up that her and Coach Lonnie were making some changes and they both got offered a spot in the top 6. Simone said they thrive under high-stakes situations is what they do, and they can't get along on a regular day. Thea said maybe for now they just take the win and they're learning to be teammates and that's enough. It's nice that they're cool again and they both ended up getting what they wanted. Later that night, Thea went to go check up on Damon and she told him that she would like to get back to where they started. She wants them to be friends. He agreed and she said that she won't always get it right, and he said he's been known to get it wrong, so they cool again. Moving along to the last set of people, Keisha, Amar, and Coach Marcus. Keisha said early on that Dr. Pace isn't there, but her assistant is teaching the class. I wonder if she's reflecting on how to better teach her students or if she got irritated and is on break. Then the athletics director is having a talk with Coach Marcus. He wants him to talk to Amar about the new athletic dorm. She wants it for everyone while the athletic director wants it for the athletes. Marcus said he agrees with Amar, but the director was throwing his job out there saying that other coaches are looking to work at Brinkston. Keisha runs into the other dance students and you can tell they don't want to be bothered with her. She was wondering what was going on. One of them said that Amar mentioned that Dr. Pace was working her students too hard and some of the things that she had planned got canceled. They said since Keisha's been on Dr. Pace's bad side since day one, they know she's close with Amara, and they said she couldn't keep up, so she ruined the class for everyone. Keisha immediately went into Amara's office mad. Amara told her first knock because she just flew through the door. She told her when she asked about Dr. Pace, she was asking as Dr. P, not as the president of Brinkston. Cam said she shouldn't be talking to Amara like that, and she told Cam this is a private conversation. Man, Keisha didn't come to play around. Amara said she suggested to Dr. Pace that she reevaluate her teaching style to ensure the safety and well-being of her students. Keisha says she's taking away things that make her class special. Amara says she's looking out for her. Keisha told her that she could fight her own battles, and Amara told her that she's not the only student that has had that experience with Dr. Pace. To be fair, she was looking out for her and the other students. Keisha says she can handle it, but she was having to break down and not get enough sleep when she was overdoing things. I think her professor could change some things around that doesn't have to affect the students too much. Later on, Cam ran into Keisha and he was trying to talk about what happened earlier. He brought up how she mentioned that her dad was seeing someone and she said it cooled down a little. Keisha was about to say, is he thinking it's Amara? And Cam interrupted her and said he didn't put it together until her dad called the office, and Amara was acting just like her dad at one point. The goofy smiles while texting, whispered phone calls. Keisha said that doesn't mean that they're dating. He said that doesn't mean that they are not. The scene goes to Amara trying to convince the people that the building would be good for other departments and needed more space. Marcus was asked for his opinion and he agreed with the athletics director. You could tell he didn't want to say that, and Amara looked a little disappointed with his response. Marcus had a chat with Amara afterwards. He told her he didn't have a choice. Taylor had threatened his job. She said she understands there are politics, she has them too, but she doesn't compromise what she believes. She told him he is a better man than that, and he said he is a better man than one who sided with A.D. Taylor. Funny how they got an A.D. Barnes on one show and an A.D. Taylor on another. She asked him does he have a plan. He said not yet, but to trust him. Then Keisha was trying to reach Simone, which she was in the escape room with Thea trying to figure out how to get out of there. Simone was in a rush and she told her she'll talk to her later because she has a tennis match, and Keisha said out loud that her dad wanted to date her aunt, and she turned around so quick. My first thought was, who says that out loud? You know, people listening. Keisha's dad told her he's finally ready and asked if she was okay with it. Simone said from all the calls that she got, she must not have agreed with it. Keisha told her that she lost it and she told him that he couldn't date her. She said that she yelled at her aunt earlier about Dr. Pace, and Simone said, is it really about her aunt? Keisha said her dad hasn't seriously dated anyone since her mom passed away. She freaked out and was already upset, and she really misses her mom. Simone told Keisha that her dad deserves to be happy, and so does her aunt, so it looks like she's going to be apologizing because the first person that she apologized to was Cam. Marcus shows up to Amar's place to tell her that he got her more time. The owner of the building is a Brinkston baseball fan, and he convinced him to hold off selling the building for 90 days so she can work on trying to acquire it for all students. She told him that she'll keep it a secret so it doesn't affect his job. She asked was there anything else he had to say, and he brought up that the other month he told her that he loved her. She didn't respond. I was like, uh-oh. He told her he thinks he needs to tell her in a different way, and they end up kissing. Then later Keisha shows up and she apologizes to Amara. She let her know that it wasn't about her. Amara told her that even if she disagrees with how she handles things, she's always looking out for her. But in the future, whatever is said to Dr. P stays with Dr. P. Keisha tells her that she's okay with her dating her dad, that he cares about her. I said, man, that's wild. Now she got a decision to make, but I think she'll lean more towards Marcus. Overall, that was a good episode. We got some interesting stuff that's going to be popping up in the next episode and beyond, but y'all let me know in the comment section down below, what did you think about the episode and what was your favorite part from it? Here's some All-American Homecoming content. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.